Welcome on back, everybody. Just going to play through a Final Fantasy 16. Today, we're going to look at this one, Concern for Jill and Joshua. Though her icon brought much suffering, the loss of Sheba weighs heavy on her heart. We would be poor friends indeed if we not seek to lighten the burden, even for a fraction, before we depart for the skies. I would speak on this more in private. Sure?
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
So, righto's that one, Priceless. And then, wonder, do we go and do the two long ones away? We'll do that. Pick them up. I want to go and see the Renowned store anyway. Joshua, we will be back.
You today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Every epic starts with a single word. Every symphony a single note. This is but the beginning, and forever shall your legend be told, forever shall your legacy be sung. Fallen Enigma and Forbidden Seas orchestral roll.
Here you are.
Careful Whisper. Nice.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Let's... Valuable can be traded for Gil, which basically has got Gil and an orchestral roll. Not sure that was worth it, but they've been good. A lot of the side quests and hunts. I'm guessing that after we got the hunter hunted, that's all of the hunts done as well.
What do you think happened to Miss Midadol? I heard...
Sid! You have to help us!
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No? Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Midadol. She's been acting strange.
Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Midadol's inventions.
Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Midadol back together? She seems really sad.
I'm a little worried about Mid myself.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us?
She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
Right. And then there's another one at the top. Not 100% sure I've actually been up the top. Been up here? I have not.
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
Oh, there you go.
I will not let them
Curse Breaker. Herman.
Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Curse Breakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
No, I'll go instead.
You are a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please, even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
That's where that trial is as well.
Guide you.
Okay. While I'm here, I'm going to speak to Mid as well.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First, I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill.
Oh, Jesus.
See if I can find this bone while I'm there as well.
Exactly. And I'll probably speak to Joshua as well before heading out.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
Yep.
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay, alright. So I've got oil and desert tour. Speak to Joshua here about the letter.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Awesome. So, let's head on out into the world. What should we do first? Let's do this one in Waloed first. It's, yeah. Let's get Ambrosia.
Come on.
Just need to... Yeah, I can just make straight for the marker. Worried about the fodder or anything here. Should be able to get up here. I have to go this way. Numpty bumpty.
I can walk from here. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
What are we gonna fight? Chest. Potion. Bad Batch Conservatory, Writ of Incorporation. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby incorporates this institution wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service as state soldiers.
Disposed of.
Today's exercise consists of press, yard, furnace, and live combat. 1 to 3 hellhounds.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating.
Recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to the stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. Had I not so much as a thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe. The inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I'd been torturing my own flesh and blood. Now I see her everywhere. Today one of the children smiled at me, and in the hope of receiving a few scraps from their table, it was her smile. The smile she inherited from her mother. The mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wives, all of them. All of those children, so many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer, so I've decided tomorrow I too must die. It was the last order I give those poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I command them to tear me limb from limb, my accused corpse beneath the white tree, whose crooked hands reach the sky in supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse, the fraud of their names, and all those I have wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan?
Probably.
There's only one way to find out.
Search for a white forked tree. That's there.
A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Wow, it's quite a few.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery?
Oh, hello.
It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Sunset took in him. Let's get him going. Such a good move. Level up, maybe? No. Close though.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
We could, but we've got more to do. So, with that, let's head over here, and we want this. Just going to quickly pop in here. See what this guy has to offer.
Would you like to see my wares?
Reduces dancing still cooldown.
Go safely now.
It's fine. Again, they don't tend to take long. Cooldowns on them, so.
Ready, go? Faster!
So this should be the turtle. What the voice?
Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
Where? Just there.
Thanks, Gal. Looks like we found him.
Alright, let's do this. Okay, he's pretty weak.
Nice try.
Staggered. Do this. And then Sansatsuken him. Not as much damage as I thought it would be, to be honest. Let's just do this. There we go. King of Flare. Up to level 48. Adamantite shell. Believe that Adamantius will grow a thin new layer of its protective shell once every 2 moons. Considering that many of these creatures live for hundreds of years, it should come as no surprise that the shells of older specimens can be several hands thick and weigh over 50 stone.
If Mid needs enough, she can come and get it herself.
Okay. I am looking at doing this one. Okay, so there's some oil. Aha. Shipwright's Tallow.
After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Wow, no fighting for that one. Okay. Let's head to the hill then.
this is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but... it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone in the backyard? To the hideaway, then.
Okay, back we go. What are we looking for? Number 1. Oh no, it's number 3. Okay.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Of course, they're literally in the furthest reaches away.
Say what you will.
We'll probably go and turn in the others while we're walking around. It's amazing, like literally do 3 side quests on the last one, and it's like fishing an hour. And then this one is less. This one tends to be 40 minutes long. It's
What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrek.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept the record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilefeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
excellent. I say we're going to turn in these other quests while we're here. So it's just annoying that you have to walk so far around here. But it's fine. Luckily these two are relatively close to one another. We'll start with the top.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may, the bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Listenery of Errors. More renown. Not that we need it. Breath of Ice Mesmerize. Reduces Mesmerize cooldown time by 1.2 seconds. I think we've nailed our build. I actually need to have a quick look at new points. I've got lots of points. Shame it doesn't, when you upgrade it, it doesn't do more. That's quite annoying. So let's just master this and this. Start working our way around the board. Let's go and speak to mid. So we're walking around the hideaway anyway, so we might as well complete them. How many have we got left after this? 2.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
Adamantine shell and shipwright's tallows.
You make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would they... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
That has me thinking it had been done.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it?
Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales?
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find.
All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more pots if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Back we go.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Well, did they have it?
Hand over the brass cog wheel.
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place? Well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
I do like Mid.
course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Quest completed. Aiming high. Again, we've got some renown. We don't think we need that anymore. And a model airship. Mid's dangerous dream of flight, immortalized in miniature. My dad always said there's no two ways of living life. Chase a dream or shuffling to your grave. Okay, this is probably going to be another hour episode at this rate. And then we've got Trial and Error and Three's Company left as well. Let's go over to the Royal Meadows. Wish there was one closer than this. You have to walk all the way through here. This takes a long time.
I haven't seen any of those beastly blue eyes.
This is no time to ride.
Do be careful.
It is.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Right, thankfully we've done the notorious marks around here. And I'm not fussed about a raptor.
Just the one of you, eh? The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Goethe mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Okay. Probably need to go around the corner. Might be actually here. Yeah, it's down there, isn't it? Of course, there's beasties.
Look, brother. You see them? Cowards. Our friends.
Don't know why I did that. Thank you. Wow.
What do you see, boy?
What else is coming? Oh, big boy. Gigas.
Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
I don't think so, my friend. Nice. Whew. Good experience. Minotaur main.
That was harder than I expected. But found her. It was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Turn to the hideaway and speak with Jill.
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you, Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped, so lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure.
Nothing better happened to them two. Even though she did give me my first game over.
We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
Always nice, and there's a system install prompt coming up. Priceless. Snow Daisy Garland. A fragrant diadem hand-woven by Jill from the flowers picked from the shores of Valisthea Bay. I was never much good at garlands, but it'll have to do. And Shiva's Kiss reduces diamond dust cooldown by 7.5 seconds. Song of Winter, Autumn Gone, from Frosted Lips, Oblivion. That's pretty decent, Shiva's Kiss. Jill has joined Clive's party and remained with him until departing for Origin. Nice. Okay, let's... What have I got equipped at the moment? Oh yeah, Genji gloves. Yeah, we'll keep this on though. That is decent. Let's head back to the hideaway. And ladies and gents, we've got something to read from here. We're going to look up here. I've got 2 side quests left to do before we go to Origin. So please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help me out. Up next, we will take on the, I guess, final 2 side quests before we finish the story. So yeah, there'll be some more Final Fantasy 16 coming away shortly. And I'll see you all in the next one.